Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we're doing another installment in the Luxury Will I Buy It series, but here on my channel we add a little French twist. So for collections we do want, we say oui, and for collections we don't want, we say non merci. But before we go any further, let's take a second to grab our iced coffee or a hot coffee. Let's take a sip and let's get started. As you know, I have my online beauty consulting service. This is simply where you get a chance to talk to me one-on-one through a Zoom chat, and you get to ask me any beauty question you want to talk about. So to make an appointment, click the link in the description box down below. Okay, so it's been a hot minute since I've done one of these, almost a month, because I was on vacation. Now I'm back and I am so happy to be back and be doing another Will I Buy It. I love this series. I love just chatting with you. Pretend we just went to Starbucks and now we're just wandering through Sephora and wandering through a department store, beauty counters, and just talking about what's new, what's hot. So because I've been gone for a few weeks, there have been so many releases. So I'm just going on the Sephora website and looking at the new releases and going from there. All right, first up, we have something new here from Pat Mcgrath. Miss Pat Mcgrath is on fire. Every time I look, there's something new here. This is the mini eyeshadow palette Midnight Voyage. So I am not a Pat Mcgrath aficionado. Like, I admire her work. I think everything looks great, but I haven't really bought into everything yet. So please let me know in the comments, is this her first mini palette? As I'm saying this, I know I'm wrong. I know I've seen little quads, I've seen small eyeshadow palettes, but this type of 6 shadow palette looks very new and different from Pat Mcgrath. I'm used to seeing like the large 18 shadow palettes. When I think Pat Mcgrath, that's what I think of. So I guess there have been some smaller palettes before. So this is 6 shadows. It's a mixture of matte, shimmer, and metallic finish as well. We can see the swatches here. These are promo swatches, so always take it with a grain of salt, but this looks pretty. At first, when I just saw the palette with the shadows, I thought it was going to be more purple. It could be because the case is that beautiful lilac lavender shade, and then there's 2 purple colors, but when they're swatched, there only seems to be 1 purple. The rest are more in the neutral family, so I'm glad I'm seeing swatches because it looks very different than what I expected. Here are a couple of the eyeshadow looks provided from Pat Mcgrath. I mean, it looks gorgeous. Of course it does. You know, it looks really pretty and super shiny, and there is lots of like dark purple going on, very smoky, very sultry. I don't know, like, am I actually going to get this? Probably not, but I'm honestly more tempted by this than the larger eyeshadow palettes. I don't know, I kind of wish it had more purple. I kind of wish it wasn't as neutral, but then again, with some of the more neutral eyeshadow looks, they do look very, very lovely, like very smoky, very sultry, very sexy. I don't know, like, I think objectively this looks very nice. I just don't know if it's actually for me. I think for me, realistically, it's probably going to be a Non Merci. It looks pretty. Maybe if I can go in store and swatch it, I would be a little bit more persuaded. But let me know in the comments because I'm very, very curious, especially for people who love Pat Mcgrath, who get all of the releases. I want to know how you feel about this smaller palette here. Like, is it something that you're into? Not at all? I'm really curious. So sound off in the comments below. Okay, moving on, we have more from Pat Mcgrath. We have the new Skin Fetish Divine Blush Duos. Now, Pat Mcgrath came out with a Skin Fetish blush last year, I believe, and the difference is this is a duo. So instead of just having one color like the previous blush, this you get 2 like complementary hues. So you could go ahead and just swipe very meticulously into one shade and not the other, or do what I do and just like swirl your brush around. It looks beautiful. It looks decadent. It looks gorgeous. It looks very, very luxury. I love a blush that's very extra in packaging, so this looks gorgeous. I didn't actually try the new Pat McGrath blushes when they came out. I think they came out at the same time as like maybe the Hermes blush series or something. Something happened at the same time that I was like, oh, I'm blushed out. But this is permanent. The eyeshadow palette is limited edition, but this is just like a new blush series for the house. So I think it looks lovely. I don't think I need a new blush right this second, but this is permanent, so I could definitely revisit this. There are 5 shades to choose from, so you do get a nice variety of colors here. It's very shade inclusive. It's Pat McGrath. So I think this looks lovely. I don't think I'm going to go ahead and rush and buy it right away. The packaging looks lovely. It's all like divine rose, like this pink, lavender, really pretty, very girly color story. It's very pretty. I don't think I'm going to run out and buy it immediately. So it's a Non Merci for right now. Eventually down the line, I would probably pick up one of these, especially during a Sephora sale. This is an item that I would add to my cart and wait for a nice little discount. But these look lovely. Again, sound off in the comments for those of you who are Pat McGrath aficionados, because I know that there are a lot of you out there. So I want to know like what you think of these new blushes, especially because there's 2 hues in the palette or like in the pot. So sound off in the comments below. I'm really curious what you think here. And now moving on to Anastasia Beverly Hills. We have a new eyeshadow palette, and this to me is Anastasia Beverly Hills Tout Craché. This is Anastasia Beverly Hills. Like, this is classic ABH Cosmetics, I think, of the large eyeshadow palette with lots of colors. When I think Anastasia, this is what I think of. So this is the Nuvo Palette, the new palette here. And the color story is interesting. First of all, the packaging is this mossy forest green with this like beigey wood color. So I kind of think that they're trying to go for like a more classic neutral palette, because a lot of their palettes have been extremely colorful. Like I have one that's just like rainbow neon colors, which is, you know, fun every now and then, but not for every day. So this looks much more like a workhorse staple eyeshadow palette. So this one here has a mixture of like a natural matte finish, metallic, and satin finish. So you really do get a little bit of everything. It's interesting because certain colors pop out. Like there's this center wisteria shade that looks like a purpley lavender color, and then you have ones on the bottom called like Métro and Fleur that kind of give like a coral orangey color. So some of the colors look a bit oppositional, but when you get an eyeshadow palette, you do not need to use all shadows at once, especially if there are 10 or 12 shades. Don't use all of them at once. Don't do that. Pick like 3 at max and create something with that. I think that this is pretty. Like, I don't think that it's objectionable in any way. It's really not pulling my heartstrings. Like, again, it's not objectionable, but personally there's nothing there that's just like pulling my heartstrings and making me want to spend money on it. It's just like, I think a lot of these colors I probably have, and oftentimes I buy palettes that may be reminiscent to others, but there's always like something there that gets my attention. Sometimes it's the packaging, sometimes it's the finish, there's something there. Something about this is just no merci. There's really, I don't know, like I look at the swatches, the metallic finishes, they look nice, but no merci. I don't need this. I have more than enough neutral, warm palettes. The only shade that I like is Wisteria, that beautiful color, but it's a lot to build a look off of that one shade, and no merci. Not for me, but it might be for someone else, so let me know. Okay, moving on to Dior. We have a new skincare here. This is the Eye and Lip Makeup Remover. Now, I think Dior has reformulated some of their skincare, like their cleansers specifically, because this has definitely existed in the brand before. But I think a few months ago they came out with a new version of a cleansing mousse, and so now they have a new version of their eye makeup remover. This is like the biphase one, the one that you shake. They've definitely had this before, so this is just like a new version, new and improved. We have a photo here of their new off-on mousse, so this must just be like a new promotion for their cleansing category. So this is described as an eye and lip makeup remover, but it's also purifying. So I'm wondering if it's a little bit more suited for, I was gonna say oily skin, but it's really one of those biphase makeup removers you shake and then you take off with a cotton pad. So I don't know what makes it more purifying. I just really wanted to, you know, cleanse my face and take off extra, you know, to take off the makeup. It says it's a makeup remover made up of 98% natural origin ingredients to gently and effectively remove lip and eye makeup while soothing the skin. Okay. I mean, I'm confused. It says it has French water lily, and that's supposed to purify the skin, but it's also supposed to soothe the skin. I don't know. It's a bit confusing, but just remove my lipstick and eye makeup. That's all I want. Would I try this? Maybe. I typically use a makeup cleansing balm or a makeup oil, and then I go in the shower and I remove my makeup. I love wearing makeup, but honestly, taking off my makeup in the evening is a great pleasure in life. I would give this a try. I'm certain it works. Amazon. Where was I? Yeah, I would definitely give this a try. I think it probably would work really nicely, even though I do prefer cleansing oil. I would give it a try, and also I keep makeup removers like this on my vanity because whenever I do swatches for Instagram or for my videos here, I like to use like an oil, like a waterproof makeup remover to take everything off the back of my hands. So I would give this a try. I would give this a try. Moving on, we have something new here from NARS. We have a new series of cream bronzers. So NARS has a lot of products that are like cult status that have been used in the industry for a long time, and their bronzers are part of that. Now, they've come out with cream bronzers. I'm surprised they've never done this before. This, I would definitely give a try. This, I don't know, I'm kind of in a bronzer mood at the moment, bronzer moment for summer, and the thought of a cream bronzer just sounds so natural, like it would just melt into the skin and look very seamless and very natural, very beautiful. So here we have 5 shades. These shades, I believe, correspond to ones that exist already. So NARS is very inclusive when it comes to their shade range, like their foundations, concealers, complexion products have always been very inclusive. So this here is no exception. So this is the Laguna Bronzing Cream series, and it goes from 1 up to 5 for a deep skin tone. Yeah, I would definitely give this a try. I think it probably would be like a Laguna 2, maybe a light medium, something like that. Yeah, I think that's probably my shade. Obviously, the promo photos make the bronzer look so beautiful and so seamless, and it just melts into the skin and makes you look gorgeous. So I have high hopes. I would expect it to look as beautiful as it does in the photo. So for me, this is a oui, definitely. And there are definitely a lot of bronzers on the go. Or right before I left, there were a lot of bronzers that came out, and it's not stopping anytime soon, I don't believe. Speaking of, this is a bronzer series that came out just as I was leaving for vacation. This is from Charlotte Tilbury. So this is the Beautiful Skin Sun-Kissed Glow Cream Bronzer. This looks so good. I don't know, something about the packaging makes me want to like squish my finger in it. I just want to see like how creamy, how spongy it is. So there are 4 shades to choose from a fair to a deep warm bronze. I think it looks great. I don't know, something about the cream aspect to me just makes me think, oh, even more natural, even more glowy and luminous, and like a really beautiful bronze goddess summer way. And obviously the models look gorgeous, like they give that Mediterranean mermaid vibe, and you're like, that's what I want. That's what I want to live forever. And then, yeah, more of the promo photos just look really nice. It says it's supposed to blur the skin. It's supposed to be sweat proof as well. That's very interesting. And if I'm not mistaken, I think a lot of people have been enjoying these. I haven't really had a chance to watch any reviews, but I just think from what I've been gleaning from Instagram, I think this appears to be a good product that people enjoy. This is permanent, it's not limited edition, so I'm very happy about that. So this is something that I could definitely get on board, could definitely try. I think this is a oui or peut-être. Like, I think the NARS cream bronzer for me is something I want to try first for whatever reason. And then I would move on to this one here from Charlotte Tilbury because I don't know, it just looks great. Something about it just is so inviting and just, I think it looks wonderful. So this is a oui for me. And let me know in the comments if you've had a chance to try it out already, because it's been out for, I think, 3 weeks now. So that's practically ancient in the beauty world. And moving on, also from Charlotte Tilbury, we have a new Invisible UV Flawless Primer SPF 50. So this is a primer with an SPF. It says flawless looking skin with daily defense. Good to know. It's supposed to have hyaluronic acid, so to help hydrate and plump the face. It's supposed to also give a sort of smoothing, blurring airbrush effect. I wonder if there's a tint to it, or it kind of looks like in the photo, like there's a little bit of a tint, a little bit of a hue, so it might be hard to wear for certain skin tones. But this one here has an SPF, which is nice, but this is a makeup product more than a sunscreen, so I personally would wear a sunscreen underneath either way and then wear this on top. This reminds me of the NARS Radiance Primer that has SPF in it, and it's a Radiance Primer that has a little bit of like a peachy hue to it, so you can wear it on its own as like a really light no makeup look. So this is what this Charlotte Tilbury primer reminds me of. Like, you could wear it under with like regular foundation, or maybe for like a really light no makeup day, because it does have a little bit of a tint, so I'm guessing it's going to give you a little bit of that blurring, gorgeous, glowy skin effect. This looks great. I definitely would say oui. I'm not going to buy it immediately, but this is permanent. It's part of the regular collection, so I think I would definitely give this a go. Maybe if there's going to be a sale from Charlotte Tilbury this summer or Sephora, I would definitely get this because I like a natural no makeup look. So yeah, sounds good to me. Okay, moving on to Benefit Cosmetics. They have a new blush series, and these look gorgeous to me. I really enjoy Benefit Cosmetics. I love their eyebrow products. I like their bronzers. I like a lot of their products. And the blush series here, I saw actually at a Sephora in Portugal, and I was wondering when it would arrive in Canada. And lo and behold, it's here in North America as well. So there are, hold on, let me count how many blushes there are. There are 12 new blushes added to Benefit Cosmetics. And again, this is permanent, not limited edition. And there's a difference of a matte finish and a shimmer finish. Also, there is a standard size blush and a mini blush, which I really appreciate. So if you want to try something new, but you don't want to commit to a full size, you can go ahead and buy just the mini one. I love that. And this looks great. There are so many shades to choose from. You get your earthy, deep terracotta shades, your nice like chocolatey berry shades, you get your peaches, your pinks, everything in between. There's a lot to choose from. So it's really inclusive. Whatever blush you would like to try out and enjoy, they have. And I really wish more brands would do miniature versions of their products, because sometimes you just don't want to commit to a full size, you know? Sometimes it's more fun to just try something small. If you travel a lot, it's nicer to have something more compact. So yeah. Again, the models look great, of course, they always do, but the blush looks, I don't know, like looks natural, looks pretty. I would definitely give these a try. Oui, 100%. And then last but not least, I saw something new here from Milk Makeup. This is a brand that I've tried before in the past. I've tried a few, I tried their mascara. I've tried some of their skincare as well. That was like sort of hit and miss for me, but they have a new makeup removing cleansing balm. I love a cleansing balm. I love the one from Pharmacy. That's great. And I also love the Tatcha oil makeup remover. That's great. And also the Paula's Choice cleansing balm. Those are all great. But there's a new one here from Milk Makeup. It reminds me of Pharmacy or Clinique in that jar where it's like just like a butter and just melts everything off. This I would try. Again, this only is a regular size. I kind of wish they had 2 sizes to choose from just to test out. But since this is new, maybe Sephora will give this, like, will give out samples. You know, when you buy online, you can get a little sample of something. I hope they come out with samples of this to test out. Because I do love a cleansing balm, but some of them are not great. Like some cleansing balms are very gloopy and thick and like just are not, they kind of feel messier. And also sometimes makeup removers that are supposed to be safe for the eyes are irritating. So I would definitely give this a try. Maybe I'll try to get a sample first, but this 100% looks like a good product. I mean, as long as it actually removes your makeup, that's what it's supposed to do. So I would hope that it does that. So yeah, this to me seems like a good product. I would say maybe not in the, I'm trying to think like what's in my shower. Do I need a new cleanser? Maybe. We'll see. But I definitely would give this a try in the next few months. This is a we for me. So I think that is my roundup for Luxury Will I Buy It? Oui? Non Merci. Sound off in the comments below. I love doing this series. I do one almost every week, and you know, I've missed a few weeks, so I certainly can catch up and talk about some other new releases on the market. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for joining us. And if you're new here, maybe consider subscribing, and you can also hit your notification bell so you can get a notification whenever I post a video, because I do post a lot of this type of content. I like knowing what's going to be out, what's going to be released on the horizon. For myself, I find it easier to navigate the world of beauty and just to sort of figure out what I want to spend my money on. It's kind of nice to know like what's new and what's out there. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you leave a comment down below. Let me know what's piquing your interest. Is your wallet safe this month? Let us know. So on that note, that is all I have for you guys for today. Thank you all so much for stopping by. Hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.